Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is issue 12 of Building the Terminator from Hachette. Sorry if you can hear an alarm going off outside, but it's very warm today, so I've got the window open and there's a bike or car alarm going off outside, but I can't do anything about that. It's not my car, it's not being stolen, so we're all okay. Right, in this issue we have some parts. We're not going to be using anything that we've got already. It's all just been this bit, which is assembling some of the right forearm. So yeah, we'll apply a metallic muscle to the right forearm. So we've got 3 pieces of the forearm, 4 springs and some more screws. We're going to need a screwdriver and some glue, which I have cunningly prepared earlier, and we'll go right in. I'm going to get the bits out of the plastic because it's just easier to keep track of things there. We've got, let's say, screws, springs, some plastic, and plastic. Yeah, all the parts this week again are plastic, except for obviously the springs are metallic. And we have 2 big screws, 2 little screws, so I assume we're going to be using 1 of each, because that's the way it works. Oh, the alarm stopped, good. Right, so we're using the springs, so let's get them out of the bag. I'll keep hold of the bag because that's useful for other stuff. So these are just springs, springy springs, floppy, but I assume both ends are obviously going to be attached to things. So what we're doing initially is we're not doing those 2 bits, so I'll put them over there with the screws. We've got there's little ridges inside here, so what we're going to do is gluing that in there. Oh, the alarm started off again, oh well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, there are 4 grooves in here, so we're going to be gluing those in to all 4 of the grooves, nice and easy. I've got some super glue and a plastic, actually a Tamiya paint pot, which I can just drop some onto and then use a cocktail stick just to get the glue where I need it. So I'm actually going to put all of this in, all 4 of them, while we're here. Got to do all 4 anyway, so I might as well do all 4 at once. Thinking about it, didn't really need a cocktail stick for this. I could have just squirted the glue in where it needs to go for this particular bit, but there we go. So we'll lay that down there and we'll drop these in and then worry about getting them exactly in the right places with a small pair of tweezers. I think that should do it. That's in there, that one's in there, that one there, and that one there. Looks like they're in. There you go. Repeat step 1 to get them all in. They're all in. Now we take this bit and it goes that way, so that's going to help hold them in place as well. So that goes on there like that, and we use the small screw to hold that in place. So I'm going to put that back down there for now. This glue will dry pretty quickly, but not immediately, so I don't want to play around with it too much while it's drying. Probably should leave it to dry now, but I can't be bothered. I just want to get it on with it, get it done, get it sorted. So we have 1 of these little screws, 1 spare, 1 big screw, and probably 1 spare. So that's going to go on there like that. The little screw is going to go in there just like that, and it's only 1 screw, so we're just going to tighten it up, and there we have that bit done, or at least started. Then we're coming back in down here with taking the forearm and the big bit, and as I say, the 1 big screw. Note the grooves on the bottom, their alignment ensures the correct screw hole is used for this connection. Let's flip it over. So we're using the 1 screw hole there, goes right into the end, making sure that that hole lines up there. Okay, and this is on the end of this. So yeah, that bit is the bit they're talking about, because it's only got one groove around the outside here. It's got to line up with that groove there. So we're putting that one in there with the big screw through the top. I reckon I can use one of their screwdrivers with this. This is a big screw, so I reckon I can use one of the screwdrivers they've supplied. Is it going to fit the head? Nope. But one of these has got a slightly... yeah, that one sort of fits in the tip, so I've got to use at least one of their screwdrivers for one of their bits of build. So let's get that in, and then yeah, that lines up with that. Trying to not pull on any of the springs that I've just glued in there. Yeah, that's not great. They're even bigger, so they're not going to help. I'll go back to my own tiny little screwdriver. Get that tightened up in there. There we have it, with the 4 muscle sinew bits, and that is the build completed for this week. Not much to do, but lots of little bits. It's all sort of coming together. What does annoy me about these builds is that it isn't coming together, is that it's all separate bits. So we've got, you know, the head bit, the jaw bit, the hand. Now we're doing a bit of forearm, but we haven't actually attached it to anything else yet. I like it when it all starts to, you know, fit together and come together nicely. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll start doing some more of that. Let's have a flick through the magazine as ever. To the film they're featuring, the sci-fi cinema legend Back to the Future, which obviously is a film that I am aware of. Cool. 1950s Vision of the Future, Part 1. Real world science. There we go. And finally, the We'll Be Back on the back page. In next week's issue, we got the other half of the neck, so we'll obviously be assembling that from last week. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch it now. Assemble the Terminator's neck and a finger joint. I assume these bits are something to do with the neck then as well. They're sort of similar to these, so that's covering over the bits that hold it together by the looks of it. And only a couple of bits of finger, not a whole finger joint by the looks of that. Should not be more other joint? I don't know. We'll find out next week, or in a couple of days, because I've got it sitting over there. I'll be filming it momentarily and then releasing it, so a couple of days after this episode, I should think. So stay tuned, stick around, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for more Build the Terminator. Bye bye.